distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. To open the proceedings, Mr. Gary Parker, President of the Museum.
Today is a significant day in Australia's military history. It is a day which should be celebrated by all Australians and which will certainly be acknowledged throughout America, and in particular by their servicemen and veterans. From today, all Australian servicemen exposed to Australia's longest war are accounted for and have arrived home. This simple ceremony is steeped in symbolism that has united Australia and America, and I need to explain how this came to be. The flag displayed below, the POW MIA flag, that's Prisoners of War Missing in Action flag, with the words, "You are not forgotten," is known throughout America. It is the only flag, apart from the Stars and Stripes, to ever fly over the White House, having been displayed in that place of honour on National POW MIA Recognition Day in 1982. These bracelets are made for every prisoner of war missing in action from the Vietnam War, and it has their name, rank and date of loss engraved on the bracelet. The bracelets are then worn by a family member or a veteran with a vow that it will not be removed until the day that that person's real status is determined or he returns home. They claim that in taking that vow brings new lessons to old concepts of unity, caring and brotherhood. When the wearer dies, the bracelet goes with him. They made 6 bracelets for the Australian missing servicemen, and they were forwarded to this museum for safekeeping. And here they are. We never really believed that this day would come. The museum staff gathered in June 2007, just after this building was opened, and with a silent prayer and with some awe, as the curator was able to close the bracelets to rest for Private Peter Gilson and Lance Corporal Richard Parker as they were returned to Australia. In December 2007, we repeated the process for the return of Lance Corporal John Gillespie, and hardly dared believe that the last soldier, who was with the Special Air Service Regiment, would be located, recovered and returned. On the 10th of October 2008, Private David Fisher did return, and his bracelet was closed to rest. That left just the 2 airmen, and it seemed too much to hope for that they could be returned and have us all present and correct. We underestimated the endeavours of many people, with Lieutenant Colonel Jim Burke and many others, and we will discuss them in more detail after the ceremony. It is appropriate to acknowledge that while our own comrades were continuing to search, we would not have been able to succeed without the help of the people of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. The closing of the bracelets today will coincide with the arrival of the aircraft at RAF Richmond and the bodies of Pilot Officer Robert Carver and Flying Officer Michael Herbert being on Australian soil. We trust that this ceremony will symbolically leave those 6 returned servicemen at rest in this, the spiritual home of all Vietnam veterans. The closure of the cases will assist many with the closure of one aspect of Australia's longest war. We will continue to honour the dead and fight like hell for the living. There is still much to do. Finally, we pray that this sense of closure will assist relieve the families that have grieved for so long, and also to those servicemen who worked hard, who had worked and trained with these men. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Wing Commander Warren Madsen and Squadron Leader Graham Henry have been invited to close the bracelet boxes. Gentlemen, would you take your places? Would everybody please stand? In time-honoured tradition, at the closing of the boxes, it will be appropriate to salute by placing her right hands over her medals or heart as a gesture of respect for fallen comrades. Gentlemen, please close the bracelet box.
They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. Going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
Lest we forget.
Lest we forget.